Hello Internet, I'm MetalTeeth, and today I'm bringing you a game from the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open held in mid-November last year. This is a round 2 winner's bracket matchup between, spawning here in the upper portion of MLG Antigua Shipyard, are Pink Protoss Hampsters. Spawning here in the bottom position is our orange Protoss, Winston. Now, like I said, this is the round 2 of the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open, their first one. The first 2 rounds were held online, I believe it was like Tuesday and Wednesday, and then there was a live final held on the Friday of that week. And the live lion was sponsored by a couple different companies. The main one is QuickTech Computers. You can find them at quicktech.net. Tech is spelled T-E-Q. They were the ones that provided the computers for the LAN, so they are awesome. Also sponsoring the event was Da Vinci's Pizza, Greenfield Pancake House, and Champions Sports Center. I think I got those right. I've never actually tried any of those places because this took place in Nebraska and I live in Ohio, because I was not involved with NESPA during this first line. I've only recently got involved with them. So we see both players going for the typical 12 gate, and Hampsters doesn't seem to realize that this is the MLG Antigua Shipyards, meaning cross spawns only is enforced. So both players are scouting out at their normal places, and Winston is he's just getting probes. He's getting his first gas on 13 actually. It's a bit of an early gas. What? Winston's going double gas on 13 and 14. Now that's a very weird thing for a Protoss to do. Now is Winston going to see the second gas? Yes, he does. He sees that second gas, so I wonder what Winston is trying to do here. Getting 2 gas very fast. Now Winston just scouted the normal 1 gas, but Hamster is actually getting his second gas now. Both players going very fast second gases. This is going to be a very curious matchup. I think Hamster might, typically if you see a gas on like 16 or 17, a second gas 16 or 17, it's going to be a robo build, because you need the extra gas to hit the 100 gas to get the robo. Usually you do that 1 gate run robo build. It's good to hold off a 4 gate. But Hamster getting 2 gas on 13, the only thing I can think that he's possibly going to do is Dark Templar rush. But the thing is though, if Hamster's going for a robo build, as long as he gets observers and not immortals straight away, he's going to beat that. So Winston finally does leave the base, and yep, Twilight Council from Winston. I think this is going to be a straight up DT rush. And here's going to be the proxy pylon. I said here is going to be Winston's proxy pylon. Here's Winston's proxy pylon. Okay. Well, Hamster is going up to a straight 1 gate, 1 robo. Now the thing is going to be, is he going to make an observer first or an immortal first? If he makes an observer first, he should be able to hold off the DT rush. If he makes an immortal first, he might be in trouble. And yep, there's confirmation. Winston is going for a DT rush. Now, like I said, it's going to come down to pretty much now, is Hamster going to make an immortal or an observer? Makes an immortal, Winston has pretty much a free win. But the thing is though, Hamster scoured the double gas. He should know this is coming, and he is making observer first. That's a good decision, but he's sending it down to Winston's main. Granted, the Dark Shrine takes so long. It takes 1 minute and 40 seconds of of in-game time to get there. Warp Gate does finish for Winston, and it's gonna finish just a couple seconds later for Hamsters. So both players playing very passively. We would have seen any sort of a 4 gate hit by now. But both players really The problem with doing a DT rush in PvP is this is Winston's entire army. If Hampsters had 4 gates this match, Hampster would have won. Alright, so the Dark Shrine is finished for Winston. Alright, he's just now working on it, but he's going to be making DTs here. Interesting. Now, Hampsters did see the DT Shrine. Now, why? Really, Winston? That wasn't a DT rush. That was an Archon rush. Is he going charge law Archon? That's the only thing I can think of, is that he's going charge law Archon. I mean, really? You're going charge law Archon? I mean, I understand that charge law Archon is a good build in PvP. The problem is, if Hamster 4-gate, you would have been outright killed in 1 DT. I believe a couple DTs tried to run up from this proxy pylon, but with his observer just put right here because Hamster saw it. Hamster saw that all tried. It did nothing. So actually, if you look at the army tab, Hamster has a significant army lead, and they're about the same on workers. So really, all Hamster has to do is just move, and he'll probably win, because this is the army of Hamsters. As Archon, 2 charge lots, or he's getting charged just now. An Archon, 3 Zealots, a Dark Templar, and a Stalker. That is his army. And Hamster knows that that's pretty much all of his army. Now, we're past the 9-minute mark, and neither player has expanded. And in fact, actually, Hamster's had this forge for a while. He got it for cannons, but he's not actually gotten any upgrades on it. He's instead getting a 2nd Immortal. He has plenty of gas and the money for it. Now, Winston, however, is getting upgrades. He is getting his +1 attack. Now, Hamster is going to be going for his own Fort of Aggression. And really, I can't say I blame him, but both players play this game extremely passively. And that's almost to a bad point. And Hamster, you need to get +1 attack. So, a couple Zealots were warped in by Winston here, but they didn't really do anything. Now, both players still choosing not to expand, abiding by, I believe it was the combat EX concept of, in PvP, expand first and you die. We have 3 Stalkers that were warped in from this proxy pylon, and Hamster is going to be moving up. Now, the thing is, this is a heavy charge lot force by Winston. Now, Hamster does have 3 sentries, and 2 of them are full of energy, and 1 has a little bit of energy, so that's 4, 8, about 10 force fields he has. So he's going to have to nail these force fields to really deny these charge lots. So here's the big engagement. Very good concave by Winston. These charge lots are going straight into the Zealots of Hamsters, and these Archons are just doing so much damage. The Hamster did no force fields there, and he took a lot of damage for it. Morphing in 3 more Stalkers here at this proxy pylon for Hamsters. Now, +1 is going to finish in 10 seconds for Winston, and that could be very key because both players are now on 0-0 upgrades. The charge lots are doing a lot of damage, and the Archon splash damage is very effective. There's 2 Immortals, 1 dies, no force field. There's a force field finally by Hamsters, but the Archon just runs right over it. So now Hamster is actually in a bit of a bad position. Winston has +1 attack. The charge lots are doing very good jobs, and really, the Archons are just doing so much. Wow, Winston is going to hold this attack. There's just Stalkers right now, and Hamster is trying to run away. Winston will let him get away. But that was I thought Hamster was going to win that attack. And if you look at the army tab now, Winston actually has a lead. Both players looks like they cut probes at 24 for some reason. Now Hamster is doing his expansion. Now, so he's forgetting the whole concept of expand first and die in PvP. He's about halfway through +1 attack, but Winston's already on to +2 attack. And here comes his charge law Archon force, with 1 sentry trailing behind. It's like, wait guys, wait for me. I'm just energy! So, with the expansion for Hamsters, he's floating a 700 gas, but he's doing still doing a good job. He's only on 3 gates though, compared to the 4 gates and the robo for Winston, but he's not macroing quite as well. And here comes an Immoral for Winston. Now, this force of Winston is just sitting at the Zelnok Tower, and he has, it's a very close army supply. Although with a warping of 4 charge lots up here, Winston does have the army lead. And actually a slight bit of a probe lead. The expansion for Hamster is gonna finish soon. The thing is, Winston needs to attack now. Because if he doesn't attack now, this expansion of Hamsters will eventually kick in, and he'll just have such a better economy that Hamster will just out-macro Winston, because Winston is still on 1 base at 15 minutes. Oh, wow. Winston going to a Guardian Shield very early. This Guardian Shield is going to be down by about the time that this attack happens, and most of the Zealots aren't coming in, so here comes the Charge Box running straight up. Not the best force fields, the Charge Box were already in the attack. Trying to start that micro, but the Charge Box is so fast and they just charge straight in, and GG! The Archons do terrible damage. And Winston, with a build that is very susceptible to the 4 gate, because at the time the 4 gate would hit, he had a Stalker and a Zealot. You lose if a 4 gate hits. However, he got lucky and Hamsters was playing just as passively. Was playing to defend the 4 gate instead of 4 gating. And that's the thing with Charge Archon. If you rush to Archons like that, early game is very weak. Especially if your opponent scouts at Dark Templars, scouts you going Dark Templars. Because once he scouts Dark Templars and has enough observers and cannons up, DT rushes aren't very effective. So you transition to the Charge of Archon, but there's that window of time before the Archons really go into being that a 4 gate or some sort of blinked, or maybe like a blink stalker timing push hits and can just crush you. But anyways, that was game 1 of the round 2 of the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open. Winston is now leading the series 1-0. And like I said, this tournament does have a losers bracket. However, the thing is, the losers bracket is only a best of 1. So you don't want to go into best of 1s. It's not good for you because you could easily lose to simple cheese. Well, in best of 3, you have a bit of a more buffer for that. So I'll bring you game 2 tomorrow between Hamsters and Winston, where Hamsters will get to choose the map. Be curious to see what sort of maps he chooses, because really, from that match, I don't think Hamsters is a big fan of aggression, so I wouldn't expect him to pick something like Tal'Darim Maltar, but I don't know. So I will bring you game 2. Until then, I'm MetalTeeth. See you guys tomorrow.